I thoroughly believe there isn't one single individual that was put on this beautiful blue planet of ours without getting endowed of a gift. This gift, it's your reason of being. It's your passion. It's your light. It's your Dharma. It's your purpose. Now, this is the question I get all the time. Chris, how do I find my purpose? Well, in this video, we're going to talk about how to approach that question and how to look at it in 4 specific tips that could get us the answer. If you guys are new here, my name is Christopher Dedeyan, and the goal of this channel is to optimize people who want to perform, to get them from where they are to where they want to be. Because we thoroughly believe the only difference between both of those points is acquiring the knowledge you need and consistently utilizing that knowledge to become peak performers. So if that is you, give me one of these, hit that subscribe button, and turn on the bell notification. Now, the first tip to find your purpose is target your purpose. Now, this is probably one of the best exercises that I've really found to really target your purpose. I'm gonna invite you guys to do exactly the same thing over here. So I drew this little diagram for you. Now, right off the bat, let me just say sorry, drawing and writing is not my skill, so it's probably not very nice, but you guys still get a pretty good idea. So do 3 circles. The first circle, you're gonna write passion, the other one, profit, and the third one is gonna be your proficiency, meaning what you're good at. Now, once you put the circles like this, you realize if you are doing something that you are passionate about and you're proficient at, so you're good at, but it's not profitable, then it's a hobby. Now, that's perfectly okay to have hobbies and to have several of them, but it's not something you can live your life off of. Now, if you're doing something that you are passionate about and it's profitable, so there's a demand in the marketplace, but you're not proficient at it, you're not good at it, you're probably gonna fail. There is no potential for you to go forward with that unless you develop the proficiency. Now, the last one on the bottom, if you are in a place that it is profitable and you are proficient, so you're good at doing that, but you're not passionate about it, you're gonna be bored. Now, unfortunately, most of the people are in this section. When we're talking about they're doing a job for their whole life that they probably don't like, but they're getting paid and they're probably good at it, but they don't know necessarily what to do to go to the next level. This is what we're talking about. When people say, I wanna find my purpose, they're probably around here and they're trying to get right here in the middle. And this is the goal. The middle is actually your purpose. You could actually even call it your USP, which is your unique selling proposition. So if you're doing something that you thoroughly love, you're passionate about, there is profit to be made within that industry, and you are proficient at it, that is great. Now, let me put a caveat on this. This is not something that happens in one sitting or in one step. So imagine you do this exercise and you find your purpose, or 1 or 2. It's not necessarily more than that. Usually you have 1, 2, maybe 3 really purposes for your life. Once you find it, it takes time for you to develop, to get really proficient, get that profitability, and really understand the aspect behind your passion for that. And let me tell you a story of how that happened for me, if you guys permit over here. So right now, for me, my purpose is really to be a professional speaker and a peak performance business and life coach. But before going through that, there was a process to get to there. I got invited to give a speech in beginning 2017, and they wanted me to talk about me being a dyslexic entrepreneur succeeding in the brokerage industry that I was at. And the second I got on that stage, I realized that that was my purpose. It was linked up with my passion, which is personal development, which is one of my biggest passions. Is personal development a profitable industry? Yes, it's $1 billion industry. And was I proficient at it? Yes, I am. So the proficiency, I got it because I've been coaching for years. I've been getting coaching, as well as consuming so much information, going to seminars, seeing other people on stage. I've just been learning constantly. But that was a process as well. Once I left my brokerage industry and I went into this full time, it took time for me to really develop my proficiency to a level that the profitability really followed. So it does take time. But once you have that target, it's so much more clear. And as well, if you guys want to know a bit more of my story on that end, I actually did a couple of minutes speech. You'll see me on stage talking about how that process happened when I was on stage. I'm going to link it up right now if you guys want to go check that out as well. So this is one of the greatest exercises. Please go ahead and do it. You're going to get a lot of clarity. The second tip is your purpose is to add value. Now, I really love this, and this is why I wanted to highlight it, because the people who really succeed know that they are value driven, and that's what they should be to get profit. And if you're not thinking that way, you're gonna have a hard time succeeding, to be quite honest, especially in the long term. Now, for me to explain this, I wanted to bring out a quote from this book, Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, For the people who don't know Marcus Aurelius, he's actually a Roman emperor, one of the famous ones, and a Stoic philosopher. And I've actually done a book review on this book as well, which I'm going to link up. So what he says is, man exists for the sake of one another. So if you have that mindset that we're all in it together and we're here to help each other, then you're going to succeed. Instead of looking at, oh my God, what can I get? It's what can you give? You have to give so much more than you can actually ask back. And if you start giving, value is going to come back to you. And if you just think about it, as I have this laptop over here with the Apple logo, think about Steve Jobs. He created something amazing, which was a huge amount of value to people. Because he created such a big value, he got great reward from it financially. So you always have to think, what is the value? And if you switch that mindset between, I want to, get profit, instead of that, you're thinking about what value can I create? And let me become a value creator as a person, then you're thoroughly living your purpose, and you're not only creating huge income, you're creating huge impact. If you see there's some value within this video, don't hesitate at all to give me a like, hit that subscribe button, and turn on the bell notification. So the third tip is listen to your inner guidance. Now, this is when things get a lot more real. I thoroughly believe everybody has that inner intuition, their gut, their GPS. Some people have unfortunately repressed it, but some people might listen to it, but everybody has it. You just have to be acutely aware of what is that guidance pushing you towards. And if you let that push you towards that, you're going towards your purpose, the reason why the universe put you on this planet. Now, this is where it becomes a bit more scary, or a lot more scary, because you're here, right? Like I said, most of the people are probably in the section of profitability and boredom, which is profitability, proficiency, and boredom. And they're trying to get to their purpose. But to do that, you have to take that leap. You have to jump. Some people might even stay here and hide it as practicality because, oh my God, I have bills to pay. Oh my God, I have a family. Oh my God, I have this, that, and the other. Now, I'm not saying those things are not true. They're 100% true. It's the reality. You just have to be smart about how you're going to get to that level of living your purpose. Some people just jump right away, and some people, play around with it and try to figure it out and do a transition. Whatever fits your mold, whatever your reality is, whatever your situation is. But one thing I just want to be extremely clear here, and it's going to sound a bit like, I don't know, it's going to sound a bit like wishy-washy, if I could call it, or maybe motivational, or I don't know what, but I thoroughly believe everybody should go after that, because the second that you live your purpose, everything in life tastes better. I'm not kidding. You wake up with more happiness. You're living your true purpose. Like, motivation is coming out of your ears. You have this energy and this vibration around you that people feel and are attracted to. That's what happens when everybody lives their purpose. And like I stated in the beginning, if every single individual lives within their purpose, as a society will go forward with more joy, love, empathy, and respect. This is why I'm so passionate about this. This is why I'm doing this so hard, because I found my purpose and I'm here trying to make people find their own purpose, because whatever your purpose is yours. Nobody else's. It's yours. And if you live within that, you'll be able to create a ripple effect, and that power and that light is so big that it cannot be repressed, and other people will live in their righteousness within their purpose. So please take the time to slow down, listen to your inner guidance, because you already know what it is, and jump. Don't be afraid to go towards that fear, because there's a difference between danger and fear. The fourth tip is stop worrying about outside events. Now, this is probably the point of your journey, that you found your purpose, you're living a value-driven purpose, and you're listening to your inner intuition. Now you're probably at a point that you are ruffling some feathers around you. Maybe that's somebody within your family, maybe it's your parents, maybe it's your spouse, it could be anybody. Because they're seeing you do something different, that's not necessarily towards the normal path, it might worry them. And they're probably doing this out of love, but they don't necessarily know that they're harming you. So you have to be aware of certain outside elements that could slow you down on that end. Now, the best way to go about that is really look at what you can control and concentrate on that. Anything else, don't think about it. So whatever you can control is the things that you should put your energy on. It shouldn't be on, oh my God, my parents are not supporting me. Oh my God, my spouse is not supporting me, even though I know that this is what I have to do. That doesn't matter, because your purpose was given to you. It wasn't given to anybody else. It's not their job to understand it. It's not their job to support you either, to be quite honest. Now, granted, will it be beautiful if they do? Yes. And eventually, will that happen? Yes, it will. If you continue the course and you go towards it, once again, like I mentioned, that light, that purpose within you will become so powerful, so vibratorily to a next level, that people will be attracted, they'll be inspired, and they'll start living in their own purpose and in their own righteousness. So the only way to really go about that is think about what you could control. And one example over here that I usually like to tell and talk about is the concept of the crab in the bucket. If you put more than one crab in a bucket, so 2 and more, and you don't even put a cover on top of it, no crab is going to be able to go out of the bucket. Because every time one starts to go up, another one brings them down. Another one starts to go up, another crab brings them down. They don't let them to go out. So it's about the same concept, unfortunately. People are maybe going to be afraid of you living your purpose, and subconsciously they're going to try to pull you down to get them back to your level. So you cannot let that slow you down. Concentrate on what you could control and go forward with your purpose. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you got some value out of here, because I really believe that it's extremely important to start getting clarity on what is your purpose. And if you try a couple of the things that we mentioned over here, you're gonna get more and more clarity within that. But as mentioned, this is a process. This is not something that happens in one shot. Maybe it's not something you're gonna find right away. You're gonna have to do testing some things here and there. But as you have thorough clarity within that, you're gonna go towards it with more conviction and with more success. Now, the question of the day is, have you found your purpose? And if so, what is it? And the second part is actually, if you haven't found your purpose, what are you going to do to find it? So comment that down below. It'll be my pleasure to hear about everybody's purpose and the way they're gonna go about it. That would be super cool. Furthermore, I'm putting out some videos over here that you might be interested for you, so you guys can go check that out. And there's this button over here, which is my profile picture. Click on it to subscribe and join the family. So I hope you guys have a great day and you live your life with love, joy, happiness, and respect.